Okay, so do apologize about that. Of course, we are in Merlin, and we got some weather technical difficulties. That, or the fact that little Uzi Vert was paying attention and he used his vision powers to come in and knock out the internet. One or the other, I don't know. But before we got cut off, we actually would get into some comments by Rick Stroh about Ryan Coogler.
Coogler. Come on.
Lost my whole train of thought. Let's move on. No, I'm joking. No, I was saying that we need to continue to prop up our black content, our black directors, our black writers, our black everything. We need to continue to put them over the top, like him, Ava DuVernay, Nia DaCosta. I said somebody. Jordan Peele. And we need to continue to prop all of these people up and continue to uplift them and show their genius and continue to put it on display so that these big movie companies can continue to get behind them and fund their creations.
Yes.
Trey, you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm perfectly fine.
Something wrong with you, man. You gotta calm down, bro.
Oh man.
Right. Thank you for that. Speaking of Bianca Belair, she didn't become CrossFit fine just from, looking at herself. She had to use some type of supplement or protein. So we're going to hit y'all with the very cheesy promo. Yay! This one is for FNX Fit. And so the way that you're going to use it so that you get your pre-workouts, your post-workouts, your protein, whatever, stuff that you need to get fake booties or real booties. You're going to use the FNXFit.com and type in FNX Blerds 13 to get 15% off of your next purchase. And there's the end of that.
Yeah. So props to Bianca Belair for winning the Royal Rumble. Yeah. So we really didn't even get to that part yet. But go ahead, Trey, because we got cut off in the middle of it. So, but yeah, go ahead, Trey.
So before we experienced that, I was actually going over what Ms. Reed was talking about. Basically, Bianca Belair was the very first African-American woman to win the Women's Royal Rumble in the WWE. Bianca Belair is an amazing athlete, collegiate athlete, as well as in the pros of wrestling right now. She hasn't won any major titles as of yet, but with the win of the Royal Rumble, she has her choice of either the SmackDown Women's Heavyweight title or the Monday Night Raw Women's Heavyweight title.
Or NXT.
Lord, she better not go back to NXT. If she do, I'm going.
Yeah.
You know what? Not even gonna say it. But we're very happy that she was able to experience this, reach this level, this achievement, especially during the Black History Month of February. So we're very happy for her, very proud of her. Also, if you watched it, she is actually famously known for making her own ring gear. And this year, her ring gear, as well as her husband, Montel Ford, their ring gear featured a lot of black civil rights leaders, athletes. It was all black everything, and it's beautiful. I urge you all to go out there and follow them on Twitter, Bianca Belair at WWE or King Tez at WWE on Twitter, because they're showing their black love and how excellent they are on Twitter, and it's a beautiful sight to see. So, let's get into our throwback movie.
Yeah. So the throwback movie of the week, since we're going all black everything in Black History Month, why don't we talk about? I guess you could say he was the first black superhero in movies in Tinseltown. It was Meteor Man. Meteor Man was written, directed, and produced and starred by Robert Townsend. He was basically a superhero he was a teacher in the DC area, and he got hit by a meteor, which was powerful and then gave him superpowers. This whole entire cast was nothing but black excellence. You had Robert Townsend, Marla Gibbs, I'm going to butcher his name, but Robert Gulliam, Eddie Griffin, James L. Jones, Don Cheadle, Bill Cosby.
Hold on. Robert Guillaume?
I said I was going to butcher his name, so let's moving on. I said it already. This is a normal thing on Blerds and Whiskey. Big Daddy Kane, Sinbad, Skinny Luther, ABC, Another Bad Creation, Cypress Hill, Naughty by Nature, Tiny, Lester, and Jennifer Lewis, just to name some of them. This was an excellent movie. There was some funny moments on there. One of my favorite points in there was when he finally got his powers and he started trying to fly, but he was scared of heights, so he was just hovering over the street and just going through. What was some of y'all favorite points on that movie?
I'll go first. One of my favorite, you just mentioned Tiny. He was in there and he was trying to beat him up. And he had broken his arm the first time they fought. And he rips his cast off. He punches him, breaks his arm, punches him, breaks his arm. He kicks him and he breaks his leg. And he falls to the ground. Like, that's one of my favorite moments of it.
My favorite moment from Meteor Man would have to be, okay, what's happening? What would have to be the picking up of the books and learning how to fight instantly from a book, and me being one of those kids. Of course, I picked up a book and I was just like, yeah, I can absorb all of this from a book, from a martial arts book, and it never happened. So, but that's still one of my favorite moments from Meteor Man.
Bear with us. We're experiencing some technical difficulties. I know it's the weather.
I'm blaming it on the snow that's just making the whole entire Mid-Atlantic area.
It's the Uzi Vert effect.
It really is.
You're gonna phase through and just start choking niggas out.
You're gonna stop hating on Lil Uzi, all right? My man is a trendsetter.
Nothing.
My man is a trendsetter, okay? He's a trendsetter. You just aren't into fashion. That's all.
Right. Okay. But yeah. I have to go back and rewatch that again. I meant to watch it, but I was a little busy this weekend. So, yeah. But yeah, it was definitely hella fun. Let's
go on to the next one, which is but the one thing I will say about Robert Townsend is that Rick, he didn't really have a beard, did he? He just had a mustache, right?
Well, the beautiful part about that is this movie came out in the era of goatees, right? And it was before everybody got to the point to where they could have their illustrious beards. So you know what? If I had a time machine, I would go back and I would get everybody in the cast of Meteor Man some beard struggle to help out with those hurting ass beards and those gold goatees that were just really weird and freaked me out at a young age for some reason. But everybody should go ahead and go to our Blerds and Whiskey website, blerdsandwhiskey.com. You can look on our partners page, and there you can find promos for Beard Struggle to get your beard looking nice and healthy and luxurious and all along, which I can't seem to get any hang time from but that's genetics. That's not Beard Struggle. And use our promo code BLERDS1 to get 15% off your purchases. Go ahead. You can help grow this out. And if you're into it and you want to be a throwback to the 70s, you can help it grow out your other bush. But use Beard Struggle and use the promo code BLERDS1. Gang, gang, gang.
Can't believe you just fucking. Thank you for such a great promo. I really, and he's doing the damn thing. I'm going to punch you. Okay. So, I want to punch him in his fucking face. Thank you for doing that. But now it's time to get into our main topic. Oh my God. Like, wow. First off, let me say this. I have been getting, behind the scenes, I've been getting a lot of shit, even on TikTok from somebody who's not here, that I'm a naysayer. I never said I never said it was a bad show. I never said that I wasn't going to like it. I just said it was slower than I expected it to be.
Mr. Petty, I know you in the comments. Mr. Petty, I know you in the comments. He's taking shots at you.
Mr. Petty, Kamau. Yeah, I'm talking about you, nigga. Yes. I'm saying, because and then he put my last name out on TikTok. I'm like, bruh. Come on, man. But anyway, I have been thoroughly entertained the last couple of weeks. It did start slow, in my opinion, but it's opening up so many windows and so many doors to the possibilities of what can happen inside the MCU and the future of the MCU phase. What are we, phase 5 now?
No, phase 4.
We're still
beginning of phase 4.
This is the beginning of phase 4.
It's like I had to take a second to just sit down and gather my thoughts, because I'm like, this can happen, and this can happen, and this can happen. And so the big reveal was we are officially opening.
Spoiler alert.
I was about to say.
Yeah. Yes. I do.
If you haven't watched this week's episode of WandaVision, what are you doing here?
Yes.
Put it on mute. Put it on mute. Still watch, but just put it on mute. So
and then go watch, pauses, go watch it, and come back. So this is part 2 of our episode 95. So yeah, pause and come back. The big reveal was that the multiverse has been confirmed, in my opinion. We had the Fox's X-Men Quicksilver, arguably the best Quicksilver, pop up on WandaVision. And they closed out the episode. And I was just like, I'm sitting in my apartment on my couch, screaming at the top of my lungs, "You motherfuckers!" Ah! I'm going off. But that was my reaction to what happened. Let's delve into how you guys felt about this episode this week. Big Herb, what you got?
Okay, so starting off, yes, Trey was beyond just I guess he had a nerdgasm or whatever he called it on TikTok, because he basically, like, I called him like 10 minutes after he posted, and he literally is just going off. But my take after watching it, I have so many questions that was answered, and then I got more questions on top of that. Yes, the fact that Quicksilver made an appearance, and technically he's kind of the only one, because I mean the other Quicksilver was shot, and I mean it was what, an hour into his whole entire existence in the MCU, and then we got the Fox version of it, so that was dope. The fact that it's so much that was brought onto here, like dealing with are we gonna is there gonna be another is another X-Men coming out? Because I mean we have one right here. I mean, is what's gonna happen in the future? Is Magneto gonna pop out? Is Wolverine gonna pop out on this one? I mean, what the hell is gonna happen? It's so many possibilities in this that I literally am like, I'm having a brain fart right now, just trying to remember, like, okay, this happened, and it's just like, Jesus Christ, I'm just gonna dish the ball over, because I'm just like, what the hell?
Okay, man, Lena, what you got? What'd you think?
So there's a lot of things that we're skipping here. The fact that Monica Rambeau has basically been confirmed as either coming back as Photon or Spectrum, we're just going to completely bypass that and not mention that, not even bring that up. Like, that's something that definitely deserved to be put out there. And then the fact that Hayward knew that Wanda stole Vision's body like a whole week before this whole universe even popped up. We're just going to forget that part. Like, you don't just get a free pass on that. Like you knew before a week before Monica returned or something like that. He knew and didn't mention it when he sent her up there. That nigga obviously knew a whole lot more than what he laid on when he was talking to Monica. We're going to bring that part up. The other part that we're going to
can I add to your argument real quick? I'm sorry, I didn't want to cut you off. I just want to add this one thing in. Hayward, piece of shit, confirmed. There you go.
Hayward is definitely in on it, and the way that we know he's in on more than what he's letting on is the fact that Monica was the one that took the 1980s tech into Wanda's world, but when Wanda came back out with it and she made her grand disappearance, those guns were focused on him and not her, because they were using Vision parts to make weapons, which is why she took them in the first place. And she probably did know about the will about not resurrecting him. But in her mind, she's like, well, I didn't resurrect you. You're still dead, but I'm controlling you in another way. However, I think that she unknowingly, either she woke up Vision or Wiccan woke up Vision. I haven't decided which one the show is going to play out with yet, but Wiccan is able to do a whole lot more than what we see right now. And the Easter egg for that is when he aged him and his brother up to 10. Now, my other thing before I take everything away, the only other thing I want to mention, because there's so much more I can say, but the only other thing I want to mention is the fact that Agnes, I believe, started it and then Wanda took over. I don't know, because Wanda has no memory. And I think that some way Agnes is regaining her strength, and she's probably the pain, or Wanda is the pain in the head. But I'm not going to take everything. I'm going to let y'all have some of that. But that's all. I mean, I was dissecting this for hours yesterday. That's all I'm going to say.
All right. Rick Stroh, what you got?
So I'm thinking about this entity that I have in my forehead and the communication that we have back and forth. And, you know, it's in tune with the other Infinity Stones. You know, even though they've all been reduced down to atoms, and it just keeps speaking to me about certain things that people are missing. Right? Let's backtrack. Let's backtrack a couple months, right? Or actually, a couple years. In Spider-Man: Far From Home, Spider-Man was trying to get Nick Fury to get everyone except for him to help. He mentions a name. He says Captain Marvel. Nick Fury reacts very, very curtly. Don't invoke her name, right? It almost like he was upset. We learned at the end of the movie, hey, that's not Nick Fury. That's Talos, the Skrull who was helping out Captain Marvel, right? We flash forward to WandaVision. They're talking about Wanda getting her powers from an Infinity Stone. Then Jimmy Woo says, oh, didn't Captain Marvel get her powers like that? Monica immediately, and also just as curtly as Talos, we're not talking about her. What the fuck did Carol do?
Yep.
Carol has pissed off all the people that are close to her, except for Fury, who was last seen with her at Tony Stark's funeral. But even then, they weren't even close. She was standing over there. They were social distancing before we had to do it. So there's some angle going on with Captain Marvel where everybody who's supposed to be close to her is very, very pissed off at Carol. They're very pissed off with her. And that's an interesting thread that I'm continuing to pull on. Also, real quick, because you guys didn't do it, I'm gonna say, so the Evan Peters Quicksilver showed up, and not the Aaron Taylor, I'm overly buff, but I was supposed to be a runner Quicksilver showed up. And I feel like Marvel is doing old school WWE Attitude Era type swerve. And it's just like, hey guys, look, you know this face is Quicksilver. That ain't no goddamn Quicksilver. That is not Quicksilver. I'm sorry. Listen, the fact that he's doing that overly New Jersey ass accent. Hey, there's my sister. I'm gonna squeeze the crap out of you. Also, New Jersey. What's a famous Jersey Max hit? A famous Jersey mascot, the Jersey Devil.
Yeah, Mephisto.
Say it.
Nope, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. You know why? Because it's gonna be that much more beautiful at the end when I get to tell everybody, I told you so.
No, but I know too. That's why we're saying.
Oh, know it.
Listen. That is Mephisto in disguise, guys. That is just Mephisto hanging out, coming as a friendly face. But also, like Trey said, it does open up the doors to the multiverse. Mm-hmm. And listen, Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany keep on talking about this big ass cameo that's coming. That wasn't it, everybody. I promise you, that wasn't it. It's this episode. This show is going to end with something that's going to make everybody freak all the way out. But I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna let y'all have y'all turn. I'm gonna stop.
Let me
go, Trey. Let me get back to talking to my Infinity Stone. I got to get some more.
do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Okay. Speaking of Infinity Stones, everybody saw Endgame. Everybody Endgame. Everybody knows that Thanos, after he granted his wish, he granted himself another wish, and he destroyed them. Infinity Stones canonically cannot be destroyed by any means because they're actually parts of the universe. They're parts of the Marvel universe. So that leads me to believe that he just made them inaccessible. Now, keep that put a pin in that, put it to the side. Wanda is powerful enough to quote unquote destroy them. Who's to say she's not powerful enough to recreate them? Vision has been running around with a stone in his head. Yes, they had the flashback where he shows up that he's dead, but it's very possible that using her chaos and reality manipulating powers, that she recreated the stones. And that is like, if she recreated the Infinity Stones, Monica is a multiversal level threat. It's not Mephisto that's the big bad. It's not Agatha Harkness that's the big bad. It's Wanda. Wanda is, they're taking pieces from a story called House of M, Avengers Disassembled, and they're putting it all together to make Wanda the new big bad. So after this, in my opinion, she's gonna wreak havoc. She's gonna pick and choose different things from different universes, i.e. her other brother Peter from another universe, i.e. the X-Men, i.e. the Fantastic Four, and then that's gonna lead us into Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. Like, she is the big bad. She is the ultimate bad person here. And I think that's how they're going to write her. That's it.
But also, did y'all notice how she got her accent back as soon as she came out of the bubble and everything? And she was like, "Yeah, I
Been
told you not
looking
to."
for it for weeks
I
now.
was like, okay, because and here's the thing, like I even did some deep diving on this one. When they held with the whole entire point when they when her and Vision was just going off in the kitchen, and then all of a sudden the credits went up. Apparently, there's in the credits. Those are actually people who work on the show. And one of them was actually like the translator to try to like get their voices down pack and everything. So I thought that was dope as hell. Also, by the way, I saw a comment in there that was supposed to be going out to you, Rick. Somebody called you Little Uzi Vision. So I thought that was funny.
Real quick, I hate to cut you off. I'm sorry. I do see
ahead.
another comment that said, "Why did Quicksilver acknowledge her as his sister? That version of him had no sister." Yes, he did. If you watch, I forget which X-Men movie, he's actually sitting in the basement watching Magneto talk, and he's holding his little sister. He had a sister; they just weren't twins. So
it's at the end of Days of Future Past.
Yes.
Rita, so, I'm sorry, Rita. You had something you want to say?
No, you're good.
Oh, okay. well.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, man. You already stole my observation that I mentioned before.
I'm sorry. I do have something. I'm so sorry. I just remembered. We're not going to talk about Sparky.
Oh shit! Yeah, no, shit right there. Oh,
well,
because.
Go ahead. Yes.
Wasn't Sparky Vision's dog?
Yes.
But Sparky was also an android.
Right.
That also. Come on.
Didn't Agnes kill Sparky in the comics?
The fuck out of him. Yes, she did. Fucking
Agnes was the one who found him, wrapped him up and all that. So I'm just saying.
Did anybody else know?
She marked his ass, man.
Hold on. And then let's go a little bit deeper to it. When Billy, aka Wiccan, was teaching him to speak, what was Billy doing? There was a little movement. Did anybody else notice it? Billy was doing this. He was going, speak. Next thing you know, Agnes come out, carry him out the bushes. Oh shit, your dog ate my plants, and he died.
You could bring him back? You could bring him back?
And the kids.
And the fact that Billy and Tommy are Mephisto's children, actually. So let's not forget that.
Man, oh man.
There is a lot to unpack here. There's a lot to digest, and it's just a freaking lot. We don't know exactly. Apparently, things are supposed to kick off in the next 2 episodes. We don't know exactly what direction it's going in. We're just speculating a lot, and these are our opinions. And also, people in the comments, we're trying to monitor comments on Facebook as well as YouTube. So please bear with us if we miss your comment. Drop us a comment on the actual fan page, and we will reply after the show if we missed you. So please bear with us. But yeah, there's also another big. Speaking of Captain Marvel, there's another big reveal that will possibly lead into our character of the week. There was speculation as to really get out of the camera. I just gotta block him out of my sight. There was speculation that they needed to speak to an aerospace engineer, and that also opens up the realm of possibilities of who they could be speaking of, because there are a plethora of those inside the MCU as well as Marvel Comics. So one of the top picks, let's go ahead and get into it, our character of the week.
One of the top picks would be Shuri. Like Trey mentioned, she's a character of the week. She's the baby sister of T'Challa. She was the only person who was attempting to remove the Power Stone.
Mind Stone.
Yeah, Mind Stone. Yeah. No, yeah, Mind Stone from Vision before, to try to save his life. And so we're going to go ahead and get into that character of the week.
My bad.
Character of the week. Today, Blerds and Whiskey celebrating Black History Month. Today's character of the week is going to be T'Chaka's daughter, T'Challa's half-sister, the Disney princess that we always wanted, Shuri. Shuri was created in about 2005 by John Romano Jr. and Reginald Hudlin, but she came into population due to the MCU portrayal by Letitia Wright in both Black Panther, Infinity War, and Endgame. Her goals are always very ambitious. She wanted to be the first woman to take the mantle of Black Panther. Then it was later retconned that there were other female women who took the Black Panther mantle. She's ranked about 7 or 8 in the intelligence levels of Marvel Universe. Thanks to the use of vibranium, she is also one of the lead technological advancements of Wakanda. Basically like a plot hole. Just throw some vibranium on it and it does whatever you want it to do. So she's basically the cue to T'Challa's Bond. A brief stint where T'Challa was in a coma, she eventually take the mantle of the Black Panther, also including ingesting the heart-shaped herb, which gave her the super soldier serum power. Even without the Wakanda super soldier serum, she still is an Olympic level gymnast. She has combat training from both T'Challa, Black Panther, and the Dora Milaje. She's held her own against Dr. Doom, Namor, Captain America, anyone who's ever stepped foot in Wakanda tried to do wrong. One of the key differences between her mantle as Black Panther and T'Challa's mantle as Black Panther is that she doesn't have ties to the MCU universe. She's not an Avenger per se, you know what I mean? So she doesn't have that history or the duality of being both a superhero and a king monarch. Now she's been paired up with Riri Williams, Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, Namor. But like I said, more than T'Challa, she stays more Wakanda bound and less ties into the superhero world. Along with the MCU film, she's also been featured in cartoons such as Avengers Assemble and Marvel Rising. You can check all that out on Disney Plus if you want. Borrow a password from your friend. It's all good. So shout out to Shuri for being Wakanda forever. I'm not doing this thing. All right, back to you guys.
You already know what it is. You already know what it is.
So we're gonna
This shit. What are we?
We're gonna use Siri to transition back into what Trey was referring to about the whole engineer. So I'm going to give that back over to you, Trey. Now let's go.
Yeah, so Shuri, as Mr. Petty mentioned in his video, she's one of the most powerful minds in the comics as well as the MCU. She rivals Tony Stark, but she definitely has qualifications to be an aerospace engineer. Also, there would be other possibilities that, and my personal pick, I think that they're going to go with is going to be War Machine, Rhodes. I think he's going to be the next best person to go with, and because he's in the Air Force, they already have joint military information passing back and forth. I think War Machine to be the first person that they call on this. What about you?
So my person, and I mean, I'm still trying to figure out all of it, but I wouldn't be surprised if that person turns out to be Mr. Fantastic. I mean, it'd be a subtle way to go ahead and introduce one of the biggest names just for the next couple phases. But I mean, why not? I mean, he knows his shit. I mean, what do y'all think? Rita?
Anybody want to take that before I say what I need to say?
Yes. So I'm not going to give my pick for who it is. I just have a rebuttal. You're not going to introduce one of your cornerstone characters in a little throwaway spot like this, right? Reed Richards deserves. You're not going to introduce him at the commercial break like he's Barry Horowitz, throwback wrestling reference for everybody. He's going to get his grand entrance like he's the Macho Man or that other dude who was running around talking about 24-inch pythons for years on end. He's going to get a grand entrance like that. No, I'm not saying his name. I know who I'm talking about. So I don't believe that Reed Richards would be brought in like that. But moving on with the conversation.
Go ahead, Rita. Go ahead, just let it out. Let it out.
I was going to say Blue Marvel, only because she
does this all the time.
Only because his powers go along with that radiation that the shield is currently transmitting, but not at it. So that I'm going to go with Blue Marvel. That's all I'm going to say, because I'm going to give Rick the opportunity to obviously respond to what I understand to talk to. So there you go.
You didn't see this one coming, did you?
Okay, so just for those who are not in the know, Blue Marvel is basically a black equivalent of Superman in the Marvel universe. He was created by who is he?
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I have to say this before you get too deep down the rabbit hole. Cam, character of the week next week. Blue Marvel. Go ahead.
But yes,
Go ahead.
he would definitely, and actually him and Spectrum have a relationship in the Ultimate Comics. So,
that's why I just said I wasn't going to say it all. So
well, I mean, that's not really. I don't. It could spoil things, but that would be a great introduction. He would get his first film debut. He hasn't been featured in any other media, so that would be amazing. I like that. I didn't think about that either. Adam Bashir. Adam Bashir is the character name. But go ahead.
I guess it's my turn to get my pick. Let me just start by saying you get on my damn nerves. You get on my nerves for real. You get on my nerves. I'm talking to Rita. You get on my nerves. You get on my nerves. Drive me insane. Now, I was gonna say, because they're setting up Secret Invasion, I was gonna say the engineer that she might know. Remember, she started a friendship in the Captain Marvel movie. Eric Voss, I'm about to steal your thing, by the way.
Yeah.
Yep.
She started a friendship with a Skrull.
Yep.
And it's saying that the Skrulls have been living amongst us for a long time. It could be her friend with the pretty eyes Skrull, she said, from the show, who could have learned to become an aerospace engineer, and she could be the one. And also, the funny thing, that's who I think it is, because they're setting up Secret Invasion to let us know that Skrulls have been there the whole time. But that's who I think it could be.
Not far off. I mean,
okay.
Talos' daughter.
I think those are all good theories, though. Yeah. I think either possibility could come into play.
You just see his face go, what the fuck you know about Blue Marvel?
He really got upset. But
it's going to either way, it's going to be an amazing couple of years for the MCU. Warner Brothers, who owns them? AT&T. Yeah, they need to step their game up because they're falling behind horribly.
What you mean they got Black Adam coming out? The Rock doesn't know who he's playing. Yo, he has no idea who Black Adam is. Oh God, he keeps saying I'm playing the most badass anti-hero. He's a villain, you dumbass. He's not a good person. Stop saying he's an anti-hero.
You're going to leave the future president, Dwayne, alone because you know the Obama going to run eventually. He's going to be looking at us like crazy.
Oh, my God.
But DC's falling behind. They've got nothing to offer as far as concerned. They have plenty of great, amazing stories that they don't want to do for whatever reason, but they have to play catch up. You have the platforms. You have all the rights to your characters. Look at what Marvel's doing. They're doing
the Snyder Cut, though.
The Snyder Cut, man.
Oh, my God.
The 4-episode Snyder Cut. But one thing I do have to say, as far as it's like, I had a conversation with my brother the other day talking about the show, is that he was like, man, I would have loved it if they just gave us all the shows at the same time. And I was like, nah, they're actually doing this perfectly. Because when you think about it, you have 9 episodes trailing out this whole entire for the next couple months until March. Then you have, I'm not sure which one is coming first, either it be Black Widow or Falcon and Winter Soldier. That's coming up. Then you have Loki coming up as well right after that. Then you also have Shang-Chi. You have the Eternals. You have all this footage coming out at the same time within this whole entire year. 2021, we don't know if it's going to be just as bad as 2020, but we do know that Marvel's going to be kicking that ass every single week, every single month. It's killing it. And then on top of that, we don't know what the hell is coming up. Like, did you honestly think that WandaVision was going to be this big? We knew it was going to be like, oh, this is going to be a great show to watch. We did not think, honestly, that it was going to be as big as it was, as far as when you had Black Widow's movie. You had, Falcon Winter Soldier, Loki. Like, we don't know what's going to happen, and that's the beauty of this.
I knew. I knew it was going to be this big.
Okay.
I will concede. I will concede that I did not expect it to be this good. I thought it was going to take a little bit longer to get to where it is, but I never said I was going to watch it. I will concede that I did think it was going to take a little bit longer. That's as much as I'll concede on that whole train a real fan type bullshit.
He is so bitter about that shit.
Oh, I'm hella bitter.
Oh man.
I'm sorry, Reed, did you have something else you wanted to say? So I was so Falcon and Winter Soldier comes out before Black Widow. Black Widow comes out in May, Falcon and Winter Soldier comes in March. Basically a week after WandaVision is over. I lost my train of thought. I really did lose my train.
He pulled a Herb.
No, I didn't pull a Herb.
Why don't you tune in? Speak.
Just
speak. Come on, speak. You can do it. Come on.
Listen,
maybe you got to hit the Xavier.
Listen, shut your mouth, hater. All right, shut your mouth. Don't try to come for my Infinity Stone. This thing has helped me tremendously today.
You reflector? What the fuck are you talking
about? It's not a rearview reflector. This is actually a piece of crystal, some bitch. So don't try and come for me. I was gonna say there is a comment on YouTube that I wanted to point out. Horace, you're a damn fool. Release the Snyder Cut of Wonder Woman 84. I hate you so much. But no, like it's WandaVision has exceeded my expectations. I heard about it early on. I thought it was gonna be good. I thought it was gonna be a nice little continuation, but it has become the jumping off point for Phase 4, and Phase 4 is going to be crazy because honestly, even if it's not the real Quicksilver from the Fox movie, what they've done is they've actually pulled an America Chavez and they've kicked open the doors of the fucking multiverse, right? So, and now the rumors about Spider-Man 3 have me geeked up, right? Because now you're going to have Jamie Foxx coming in as a true Electro. Herb, shut your fucking mouth. You're going to have Alfred Molina coming in as Dr. Octopus. You're going to have even Willem Dafoe. So there was a rumor this week that Willem Dafoe was on set and his Norman Osborn could just be coming in. So I'm just thinking it's just the possibilities are so amazing, and I'm so glad to be an adult born in this time that I actually get to see the characters that I read about and I loved coming into film and being predicted and being played by these amazing, tremendous actors, and also Kevin Feige, dude. What's your Cash App so that I can just like send you random, like I love you so much. Like the only thing better than Kevin Feige being in charge of Marvel is if I was in charge of Marvel, but then it would probably get a little bit too crazy because I would do weird things to characters like Wanda would have been dead, but that's neither here nor there. Kevin Feige, you are amazing, sir, and I just appreciate you, and I'm about to start wearing baseball caps and blazers just as a shout out to Kevin Feige.
I have a question for you, Rick Stroh.
What's up?
I don't remember or not. Maybe I had been drinking too much that day. But on the show, have you told everybody why you hate Wanda so much?
Yeah, I did. Remember, I held up the Avengers vs. X-Men comic where she put Spider-Man in that reality.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Just go back and watch that. Because
listen, Elizabeth Olsen. Wow. I got real tonguey there. Elizabeth Olsen. I love your portrayal. I just happen to hate the character you're playing. That's all.
She's actually really good at it. But I got a question to ask y'all. Now that we sit back and look at as far as Avengers Age of Ultron, it wasn't a bad movie. But now that we watched all of this stuff, do we put it in perspective that how great it really was after seeing like, okay, how crazy batshit crazy she really Wanda really is. And I mean that she really could have did a shitload worse than what she's doing now. She could have did that back then. I mean, what's y'all take on that?
I'll go first. I think that I wouldn't call Wanda batshit crazy. I wouldn't say. I think she does have a mental illness, and I'm not making excuses for her, but I think that she does need help, and that's what brings in Agatha Harkness and Doctor Strange to try to assist her. But she has mental breakdowns, and she lashes out, and we have WandaVision events like this. So, but I also, like I said earlier, I think that her powers have grown over the years. Because in the very beginning, when she first made debut, she was basically like a little Jean Grey, telekinesis and a little telepathy and hex bolts. And that was it. But as her, she's a mutant. So also mutants have the potential to gain secondary mutations. and they can change their powers and increase or decrease or augment in different directions. So I think over time we're seeing the development and progression of her secondary powers. What's up?
Sorry, Horace on YouTube is he said he needs a Hawkeye to talk to him.
I saw it.
That's Cam. Fifth Element is Cam.
Oh, that's Cam?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
My bad.
No, because you know what Hawkeye. Yeah.
That's what I instantly went to think about Civil War 2. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go out of order.
You might as well go ahead, Rick, since you're talking. Go ahead.
I lost my damn train of thought. I keep getting caught up in these comments. That's why I wanted you to go, because I'm losing it.
I pretty much basically agree with almost everything Trey said, so I'm not going to say it again.
Okay.
Yeah. So as far as Age of Ultron goes, I wish we'd have been doing this back then when Age of Ultron came out, because immediately when I saw that they were introducing her character, my immediate reaction, and sorry if you got kids around, move them out. My immediate reaction to them saying, "Oh, Elizabeth Olsen is playing Scarlet Witch," I go, fucking shit. Because I know what every time she's introduced into something, every time she's brought into something, it's like her powers say, it's chaos magic. It is just constant chaos. Everything is going to crumble. People are going to be brought down to their knees. They're going to be put in horrible situations, and she's going to flip out. It's just it's like, oh, like there was an episode of Seinfeld, right? And Jerry was dating this one girl, and she would fall to pieces. Like at one point, she was in a play, and she was an understudy for Bette Midler, and her shoe came untied, and she fell to pieces about her shoe becoming untied. Like she just fell apart, and that's what Wanda's like. But in the same episode, that girl, they're just like, "Oh, your grandmother died." She's like, "Oh, poor Nana," and she just moves on without her day. You know what I mean? Like. And in Age of Ultron, her brother gets shot through the heart by some robot that she helped. And it's just like, oh man, but I got an android boyfriend who loves me, so I'll let it off. And then next, there's this all-powerful alien who's coming to collect the Infinity Stones. He plucks the joint right out of your boyfriend's head, and now I'm angry as hell, and somebody's got to pay. Right. So it's like after she killed him, and then Thanos brought him back to life, and now it's just like, I'm irreparably damaged. Now everybody's gonna pay for this. So I mean, I don't like her. I really don't.
So I have one thing that may make you really happy. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but
is John Bernthal coming?
No, close. But another Marvel night, Jessica Drew. If they revamp that, and they get the Purple Man to control her, you know what she does to Wanda, right?
Yeah.
If they, I bet that'll make you smile. That'll make you happy. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you got to go back and look at the Marvel Confidential Jessica Drew storyline. It's a little graphic. It's the Marvel Max, I believe.
Yeah.
And yeah, Purple Man sends her out to go kill the Avengers.
If you watch the Jessica Jones show on Netflix,
yeah,
you just sub in Wanda for Purple Man. Victory is mine.
Hey Rick, did you see what Horace wrote in YouTube?
No.
So she's Katie Kaboom.
I don't get that reference. I don't know what Katie Kaboom is.
Not really. Not really Katie Kaboom. But yeah, I think we've got enough, guys. Yeah.
I feel like we need to say this, guys. With the whole entire show cutting off and everything, we really want to say thank you guys for sticking around with us, because that shows us how much invested into the show you really are. And we truly are blessed to have you guys on watching us every week. We love you. Thank you for the support. Please like, share, subscribe on all social media platforms. Hell, look at Trey, me, and Cam on TikTok. Look at Rita and Rick on IG. All of us on IG. Look at all of us everywhere. Please, Twitter. Guys, thank you so much for the support. We appreciate this. Help us grow so we can do more. Rick? What? I'm sorry, man. Why? He's just fucking cute.
Real quick.
I'm saying it's killing me.
If you've been following myself, Herb, or Mr. Petty on TikTok, I need you guys to reach out to those two Bamas on the bottom and peer pressure them into getting TikToks. Because I want to do them with our entire team. And these two refuse to get it. Like, imagine us doing duets there. Like, it would be amazing. It would be great. Go look at my last one. I had a ball. Make them do it.
Rita, I'll address this for the both of us. Excuse me. I have a goddamn infinity stone in my forehead. Fuck, I look like getting a TikTok. Oh, no. I'm a grown man who can bring the world to its knees at my own beck and call. I will do nothing of the sorts.
I was not about to say that. My answer was going to be a simple
nah, bro. No. She was going to say nah, bro.
Don't worry about it. I got it. Again, this thing right here says otherwise.
It's a chandelier stone.
It is a crystal, and you will address it by its correct name, sir.
It is like a rear view. It looks like a doorbell
a little bit. Like
a doorbell.
Rear view reflector. Anybody asking in the comments? I've been holding it up because this is really good. Soka Wine. Check them out. Okay. They from Hyattsville. Check them out. But yeah,
I'll make the drive out there. But guys, it's been awesome. We gotta do this next week. So as always, guys, up to it, down to it. Fuck those who don't do it. We do it because we used to it. Drink, motherfucking drink. Go Kansas City.
Go Tampa Bay. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and that technicolor rainbow in between, it's your boy Trey Proper.
It's your boy Big Herb.
And thank you for watching Blerds and Whiskey.
Be sure to like, share, subscribe on all social media platforms.
And check us out on blerdsandwhiskey.com.
Be sure to get that merch.
And come take this shot.